Hi everyone, welcome to the episode 4 of Prasidee Podcast, and we will interview our second guest today, Mr. Pratik Doshi. Meet this 20-something hardworking startup entrepreneur who had the capability of becoming a marketplace millionaire by selling one of the most underrated products, umbrellas. So, hi Pratik, tell us about yourself and your startup as well.
Hi, my name is Pratik and I have this startup called Cheeky Chunk. So we basically sell designer umbrellas and we sell most of them online, and that's pretty much what we do. We make umbrellas, we doodle umbrellas, we put creative things illustrated on umbrellas, and then we sell them.
That's great. So, like the name of your venture, it's very funky and unusual. So, were you creative like this from always?
Oh yes. I always had a keen interest in creativity. I just didn't know where to channel my creativity. Like Cheeky Chunk is not a name that almost anyone would think of naming their company, obviously, because no one has done it. But it's very unique and weird in its sound. Like if one person hears the name Cheeky Chunk, usko lega kya hoga hai? Like what is this? Let me find out what this is about.
But why umbrellas only? You could have chosen some other product, but why just umbrellas?
I know umbrellas are like, it sounds lame if I tell my 15-year-old self that, after 10 years you are going to be selling umbrellas. Umbrellas are so weird. So I really don't know why umbrellas. I think sometimes you choose your ideas, sometimes your ideas choose you. And even after I graduated, I never thought that I'm going to be in this business. But ultimately, as I told you before, I needed it. Things just fell into place because, the kind of person I am, I wanted to do something that was unusual, something that was creative, something that wasn't done before. And I searched for ideas. I saw that there were so many people, there were so many companies doing t-shirts, bags. And I thought, why not umbrellas, man? Umbrella rains, rains are the biggest inspiration for all of us. Like if we look around the grey skies, the vada pav, the cutting chais, the traffic, the music, everything just falls into place. So rains have such an emotion attached to them, yet all we carry when it rains is a boring black umbrella. I mean, we are so 18th century that way. So instead of carrying a boring black umbrella, why not, instead of detesting the rains, why not look forward to the rains? Like if there are many people who don't go out, to feel like, they are lazy going out when it rains. But with our company, with our umbrellas, people actually look forward to go out in the rain so that they can, show off their umbrellas. So probably that's why umbrellas. I really don't know.
That's true. No, it's absolutely fine, and this is a wonderful idea. Okay, so now let's talk about your family. What was the family's initial reaction towards all of this?
My family's reaction, they always knew that I was kind of a misfit, not entirely, but I come from a Gujarati family and we have our family business. So I think they were pretty happy and they were pretty they encouraged me a lot because I was starting out something from scratch, venturing out on my own. So they always supported me, and touch wood, they're proud of me then.
That is very, very nice. And just tell us, how were your initial days? What all struggles you had to face?
So initial days and even the days after that, actually, I think when you're handling a company on your own, you're running it, any company, be it a small umbrella company or be it the multinational corporation, there's a lot of hours you need to put in. There are a lot of struggles on each and every step. Like if you are an employee and your job is in accounts, so you've studied accounts for 20 years, you've worked in companies and you know how accounting works. You may have work pressures. Obviously everyone has work pressures, but the kind of stresses that you have when you are starting a company are totally different when you're doing a job. Like at the end of the day, if I'm doing a job, I know that I will get my salary credited to my account if I'm doing a good job. But in business, even if I'm doing a good job, I don't know if I'll earn money or not. I don't know if the person I'm reliant on will do a good job or not. So if I don't design umbrellas. For that, I need to have faith in my designer. For that, I need to make the designer design well. I don't stitch each and every umbrella myself. I don't put the handle on each and every umbrella myself. So it's about delegating work. It's about hoping and making other people work to their optimum. And sometimes there are things that are way out of your control that you can't do anything about. So you need to be prepared for them as well. So it's like you have to take, and plus when I started out in my initial days, I had zero experience. I hadn't worked anywhere in any company for any job. I didn't have, and even my forefathers didn't know anything about what umbrellas are or how it works ahead. So I just went on with the flow. I fell down. I learned with each and every step. Had the courage. I just went on and on. It didn't matter to me. Every day was a new day. Every day I learned something new. And it's like when you're running on a treadmill, sometimes your legs hurt, but then the treadmill doesn't stop. So you have no other option but to keep running. So yeah, that's how it was.
That's true. That's very brave of you also.
So it's like when you're starting up, you save each and every penny that comes your way. Like I had an investment of, initially I had like around 1 lakh rupees in my savings account before I started my business, because as I told you, I didn't do any job. So if I actually had an option to buy a fancy high-end iPhone and a couple of other gadgets, or start umbrellas. So imagine a 22-year-old me focusing on umbrellas in place of an iPhone. So that's how passionate you need to be about whatever business you're working in. Like if you're working in for money, if you're working for like, I bought it for 2 rupees, I'll get 4 rupees for it, out. No one will pay you 4 rupees. You need to create an entire mindset and be passionately mad about it.
That's very true, and you gave us a very good example of a 22-year-old choosing between his dreams and iPhone, I would say, and you made, I think, the correct choice. All right. So let's talk about the difficulties in your initial days. Your initial days, as you say, they were very difficult and you were not getting maybe enough orders. So how did you manage things then?
Initially I didn't get any orders, because although my idea was pretty good and those people around me, they loved my idea, very few people knew about it, because in my first year I wasn't on Amazon, I wasn't on any other marketplace. All I had was a few retail stores and my own website, and no one knew about my website. I didn't have money to promote it. I didn't, like I told you, I had 1 lakh rupees and that was all about it, and that was all spent on the stock and the website. So there was a lot of struggle in getting to know getting people to know about my product initially. So like I had two options, and I could either crib about lack of funding, or I could think about new and innovative ways to market my product. So that's how basically you move on whenever you're finding any loop, any hole in your any stop in your business, any pit stop in your business. So what I did was basically I didn't think about giving up. I focused on innovative ways to market my product and make people know about me, rather than cribbing it, because it's basically things are in your control. Some things are in your control and something is not in your control. Whatever's in your control, do your best, and whatever's not in your control, no point in cribbing about it, because by cribbing about it, it won't come in your control after that.
That's true. So you are telling me that you were doing everything by yourself when you began, right from taking care of all the aspects of your startup. So with that, how did you manage your health? I mean, this question really comes up in my mind. So how do you take care of your health?
See, first of all, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so those vices are out of the question. And along with it, that's true that I didn't have much time for exercise during the time when I was actively involved in building the business. So it's okay, you can give yourself a luxury of 3 or 4 kilos, but the moment the pants start getting tighter, you have to either control your appetite or just go for a run. Because nowadays what I usually do is I go out for a run either late in the evenings or early in the mornings, because these two times your mind is relatively free, because in the morning you have the entire day to look forward to. You plan while you're running, you plan your business meetings, you plan what you want to do, you get a lot of ideas when you run, and after the day is over, you contemplate, you reflect on what went right and what went wrong throughout the day, and make your plans for the next day. So I think running or jogging is what pretty much helps me to settle my mind, and it's a good way to be afresh. That works for me, but anyone could follow any sport that he or she likes and just go easy on the sweet stuff.
All right, so jogging or running is the cue for our young entrepreneurs out there. So so let's talk about the disappointments. I am sure you have also faced disappointments when you were beginning. How did you deal with these disappointments?
I mean, disappointments and successes are relative. Like if you think something was a success for you today, in hindsight, right, it's not that it's not a success, but probably 3 years from now, you would think that if you had failed in that thing, it could have taught you a lot more. Similarly for disappointments, like if you are disappointed by not getting an order from person A, then you might be disappointed today, but tomorrow person B will come and he'll give you 2x the order that person A was going to give. And then you thank your stars that thank God person A didn't give me this order so that I got in touch with person B. So the best thing about it is that no one knows what is success, no one knows what is failure. The best thing is you just do your best at that point of time, whatever seems right to you, just do that and look at yourself and look at your life in the form of a movie. Like in a movie, sometimes the hero gets punched by the villain, sometimes the hero comes back. But towards the end, when the movie ends, most of it is happy. So you just move on with the journey, go with the flow, and don't worry much about disappointments or successes. Like even if, like I have full faith even right now that even if my business fails tomorrow, it won't be a failure for me, because if I wouldn't fail in it tomorrow, then probably I'll do something else which would be much better day after tomorrow. So that doesn't, by nowhere does that mean that you don't have to do your best or you don't have to go to or strive towards what success conventionally is. But you just don't need to take it to your head when it comes, and you don't need to be too disappointed when you're pretty satisfied with the effort you had put in, because the effort is what you control.
That's great. Thank you for the Bollywood tadka in the answer. So I am sure many people can now relate better to it. Okay. So So when things were very difficult and when you were not getting orders, did you ever think about giving up at that stage? Because it happens with many of the young entrepreneurs that they think about giving up. What do you have to say about that?
No, I didn't think of giving up at all, because for me it was, I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have a backup. I didn't have any other option. It was either do this or I don't know, don't do anything, or probably I have absolutely no idea. But I was too possessive of it. Like I was so busy in the processes and I was so busy in my day-to-day routine that I didn't even get the thoughts of like what if I fail, what if this happens. My next thought was, acha, this is sorted. Okay, so what is the next thing that I need to do? Okay, the website is made. Okay, so how do I ensure the product comes on time? Okay, the product has come on time. How do I ensure that I have checked it? Okay, the designing is done. How do I validate it? So it's like doing one thing after another. I kept myself so busy that I mean, after everything was done, okay, I was like so happy when the umbrellas were produced, and I was like as if I've already succeeded. But then I was like, arey, I've made them, but at least someone needs to buy them for me to be successful. Like I was so happy the day they were made. Like the first lot, the good quality lot came. I was like, okay, my job is done now. They will sell themselves. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and you move on and you do keep trying and do newer things.
That's true. So now that you are experienced yourself, what advice would you give to someone, for whom things are not going as planned?
I think the best part, as I told you, is to enjoy the journey. Like if you think of scoring 100 runs in cricket, you'll never reach 100. You just have to play one ball and try to score a 4 if it's a loose ball, and leave it alone if it's a good ball. So if you hit 25 fours, you'll automatically reach a century. Similarly, even in a business, like it's not that every day will be good and things will fall into place. You'll get miracles regularly, like an angel disguised in the form of a man will enter your office and give you 50 lakh worth of orders. Never. Please don't think that it is going to happen. Nobody cares about you. Nobody owes you anything. It's all up to you to find something, to find a product that you think people would need. Then you have to make that product. Then you have to actively sell that product at a good price. And if so many things fall into place, then you will earn some money.
All right. So, this intrigues me. We are talking so much about your umbrellas. Do you design them yourself?
No, I don't design them myself because I'm not a graphic designer or an artist. In fact, I don't even know how to draw a straight line with a scale. But I have a pretty good imagination, and I was very clear on my idea when I started off my business that okay, I want to connect as a business person, as an entrepreneur. You need to be sure of what you want to see. Like I wanted to connect rains and emotions with umbrellas. So what connects rains and emotions with umbrellas? I wanted the music, I wanted the traffic, I wanted the hustle and bustle, I wanted samosas, vada paos, cutting chais. So I wanted all of these basically illustrated on umbrellas to let people know what it feels like. To let people connect to the rains and look forward to the rains when instead of detesting the rains. So that's what my plan was, and I called a designer who was a friend. So I told her these ideas. So then we simultaneously sat together. She illustrated, and then together. It was a combined effort where she gave picture to my thoughts.
That's very nice. Hey, thanks for watching the part 1 of the interview, guys. Wait until this Friday to watch the part 2, the concluding part of our interview with Pratik. Just listen to him talk about how entrepreneurship has changed him tremendously as a person, and the success mantra for youngsters like him who are just out of the college and would like to start their own business. Please find all the details of this interview in the description and the podcast show notes. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. For latest updates, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.